Good day, church. It is the countdown to the lockdown, and we wanted to give you an update from us as a church about how we can get involved and where and what in this limited time that we actually still have. So I've asked Tammy to just inform us where, who, what can we get involved as the church. I know it's been a crazy time, but I just want to encourage you at this time. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." I know at this time there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to not to hold back, but to show and share the love of God. We haven't hit the crisis now. This is the quiet before the storm, and things are going to change moving ahead. We're trusting that it won't be bad, but for many it's going to be very, very dark moments that are ahead. So if you're in Stellies, you're born for a time such as this, and I want to encourage you to look after those that are around you in your neighborhoods. I know a lot of you are doing things already personally by helping the elderly around you, by cooking, by buying things. If you can shop for somebody, continue to influence the sphere that you find yourself in. Or as a church, we've got other options for you to be able to give and partake at this time. So Tam's going to give us an update of what you still can do. Thank you, Tammy.
Awesome, thanks Mark. So as Mark has mentioned, and as you may or may not have heard, as a local church, we have got a response team that we have set up that is going to respond to different needs as the coronavirus situation develops. This response team is being headed up by a Ton, and with various staff members who are supporting him as a staff, but also having different representatives from different organizations that we have partnered with are also on that team. So holistically, we are really rallying together to see how we can help bring relief, how we can support, and how we can serve our town. The different organizations that we have partnered with now before lockdown and during lockdown are Her Voice in Kyamandi, the Stellenbosch Civil Advocacy Network, which is also known as SCAN, which I will talk about a little bit, and then also our local hospital. So we've kind of broken down this information for you so that it's a little bit more chewable for how you can get involved before lockdown as well as during lockdown. So I'm going to get into the juicy part of the video, and the reason why you're probably watching this is tell me, how can I get involved? So there are 4 different ways in which you can get involved for now before lockdown. There'll be another video that's going to be released by the end of this week or beginning of next week about how you can get involved and how you can support and serve even during lockdown. So from the comfort of your own home, you can still be God's hands and feet and actually bring relief, support, and serve our towns and vulnerable communities around Stellenbosch. But for the sake of your brain, this video is just going to focus on for now before lockdown in the next 36 hours. So there are 4 ways in which you can get involved within the next 36 hours. The first one is Her Voice are looking for volunteers to help hand out flyers tomorrow on campus. So these are informational flyers that will have information about what is coronavirus, basic hygiene practices, how can we help prevent the spread of the virus. So that'll just be handed out on campus. You can contact Steph. All of her contact details will be either in the description of this video below or on the image that was sent to you with this video. So handing out flyers on campus. The second way is also through Her Voice. They are making food packs for moms in Kyamandi that are associated with the Her Voice project. So they are gathering different kinds of foods and making food packs for the moms. They are asking for a financial contribution to these food packs. The banking details are in the description below or in the image that was sent to you. Thirdly, the Stellenbosch Civil Advocacy Network are trying to gather as much or as many food, resources, hygiene supplies, sanitary items as possible before we go on lockdown. And the municipality are meeting today to kind of figure out which communities and places in and around Stellenbosch are the most vulnerable. And as the situation develops, they will then distribute what has been collected to where the most need is. So there is a list of non-perishable items, hygiene items, sanitary items, cleaning detergents below in the description or in the image that you can purchase when you go to the shops, and then you can go and drop that off at the Baptist Church in Merriman at the allocated drop-off times, which is also in the description or the image that was sent to you. So then you can support SCAN. Then lastly, and something that hits a lot closer to home for us, is that we are wanting to remind you of our Mercy Fund. We are aware that in this time, it's not just people that we don't know that are outside of our local family, but there are individuals and families within our spiritual family that are in desperate need of relief, of support, and of help. So if you're wanting to give financially and help serve families within our spiritual family, that is Tanya Miriki receiving a lot of messages, you can also give to our Mercy Fund, and those funds will be distributed to families within our spiritual family, as well as other organizations as the situation develops. So if you don't know where to give, you can give to our Mercy Fund. Then we are also tracking with these different ministries, so we are aware that a lot of new ministries are going to develop, a lot of ministries are going to end, and we will track with you, and we will sorry, someone is just arriving. We will track with you and let you know and keep you updated on these different ministries, so that you are updated with what is actually happening in Stellenbosch while you're stuck in your homes. Then the last thing that I wanted to charge with you is, let's trust God. We know that God is with us before lockdown, He's with us during lockdown, and He's with us after lockdown. So my charge to you is trust Jesus. He is in control. And let's continue to pray for Stellenbosch. Let's continue to pray for the vulnerable communities around Stellenbosch. And keep your ears and eyes open for our next video, which is going to explain how you can bring relief, support, and serve communities during lockdown. Yay!